Welcome back. With summer temperatures climbing, it's important to stay active safely. Joining us now is Dr. Srini Hejeebu to share simple ways to protect your heart during the warm summer months. Thanks for being here today.
Oh, thank you.
So last week, wow, was it warm? And we're getting a little break this week. It's going to get hot again next week.
Correct.
Though. So we just, we need to be on top of our health. What can you tell us about staying active and exercising, but during these really hot times?
I think what you need to do is find the correct time or the right time. Early morning, late evenings are probably the best times. Try to avoid noon to 3 o'clock in the afternoon when the sun is at the hottest or the peak of our temperature.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe stay in the AC during those hours. But you are a board member for the American Heart Association, so obviously heart health is important to you. So what about, why is it important though to still stay active and move our bodies?
Well, like everything else, you want to exercise your heart, and so you have to stay active. Exercise at a reasonable amount of time throughout the year. Summer times, you just have to be careful. Winter time, you're going to do more indoor activity. And that's how you exercise the heart to keep it healthy.
Yeah. So is there something maybe we can wear or some things that we should be eating to help our bodies?
Well, I think what you always want to do is hydrate before you start the exercise, during the exercise, and after the exercise. As far as clothing, obviously, some common sense, don't wear dark colors. That radiates some of the heat into you. You want lighter clothing. Breathable clothing will be helpful, so that you dispel some of the heat that's coming off your body when you're exercising. And
the sunbeams are really strong too, so then we're thinking about protecting our skin and doing all of these things though. So you talked a little bit about the hydration component. Why do people need to think about, hey, I need to drink this bottle of water before I start?
So you're going to start losing fluids from your body just from sweating alone. So then you start exercising. So you're going to increase the loss of water from your system. So you're basically, you want to start hydrating so that you don't get into that deficit state. So when you get heat exhaustion, you're in that deficit state. And then heat stroke is the more severe, where your electrolytes are all off, and so your body's craving water and electrolytes.
Yeah.
So you got to replenish those.
Yeah, so just be on top of it. Keep that water bottle with you all the time, essentially.
Exactly.
And Gatorade, things like that too, with the electrolytes if you're going to be active. So let's talk about heat stroke and heat exhaustion. You said the heat exhaustion is the lesser of the two, but what are the symptoms for each of them?
Well, so what you start off with is the heat exhaustion before you get to heat stroke. So listen to your body. You're going to have maybe headaches, a little bit of a fast pulse. Your skin is going to be kind of clammy, and then you're going to have maybe some nausea and not feeling well, if that makes any sense. Yeah. You don't feel right. And that's your first sign.
Okay.
And then when you start getting into heat stroke, you're talking about confusion, nausea, vomiting, and then the extreme is the passing out. And I think that's what we saw in the state fair in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people were passing out, and that is true heat stroke.
Right, and that's when you really need to seek the medical attention, correct?
Correct. So that's why, when you start feeling funny, nausea, vomiting, passing out, you need to call 911, get to an urgent care so that they can give you fluids right away. IVs are a little faster than you drinking alone, so that's why you need an urgent care to get hydrated again. Yeah,
but with the heat exhaustion, maybe just once you start feeling maybe not quite right, get in the AC, get some water.
And the key is, when you're having these feelings of exhaustion, get out of the heat. Go into a shaded area, sit down, hydrate a little bit, and then go back out. We were laughing out there about, how the FIFA World Cup is doing hydration breaks.
Sure.
That's exactly what you
we need to do.
That,
yes.
You need to take time off, hydrate, and then go back to doing the activity that you're enjoying.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They're the experts. If they're doing it, they know what they're doing. We should model that. Good tips today, Doctor. Thanks so much for being here today. As we know, we do have that hot weather coming back into the forecast.
Thank
Thanks
you
for being here. Yep.